Today I want to show you how you can use SQL database for your Android and iOS applications. In both systems, you have a persistent database option which you can use in your applications, but these are, let's say, using the native Kotlin or Swift way of defining data structures and using them. However, if you would like to have a similar um, database what you are using maybe for your backend application, um, uh, utilizing MySQL or any other SQL versions, then a good solution for storing your local data for your application via an SQLite database. The SQLite database is widely used in different systems, so it's used on desktop systems and in mobiles as well. And the benefit of this system is that it can be embedded into your application, so you don't need to have a server behind, and you can use the usual SQL commands to define databases, insert data, update data, delete data, sort or list or select different data what you would like to reach. So to show you what I will explain to you as a kind of basic usage of the SQLite Lite database in your applications. I was loading my live application where the SQLite database is used to store a kind of draft advertisement for my users. And when you want to create your advertisement, you might not finish the creation of the advertisement itself. So you need to store it to basically support the user not to enter the same information several times. So uh, how it's working? So if you go to the advertisement and you create one. Actually, this is already showing that something was already saved. But if you have like this an empty advertisement, then you can start to write something like example, definition, and so on. You can add the picture. And when you go out from this preparation or the advertisement sheet, then and you go back to the advertisement, then the draft itself with the picture and the description was already saved into the SQLite database. So if I'm going back again and selecting it, then you can see that what I was writing in and the photo was loaded into the draft, and I can continue to update my advertisement. This was in the Android version. I'm going to my advertisements, starting a new advertisement, and I can start to add the data. So here, example, definition. Let's add the picture to it. Let's add this one. And when it is done, going back to the list, and if I'm going back again, then the draft is loaded. So basically this is what the local database is doing in this application. But of course it's not limited to this. You can create any other type of local databases, and then you can manipulate the data. So let's look into the application. Let's start with the Android one. Okay, so what I was doing here in my application, that I have a database management portion of the application. So that class is managing the SQLite database. So here is the database managing class. So this is called SQL data. And what you need to do is basically that you need to create a file, of course, where you will store your data. So the first thing is that in the constructor of the database, the system or the application is checking if this file is already existing. If it is not existing, then it's creating a new file. Of course, if it is already there, then the file is not created. It is left like as it is. And then you need to to access this database basically. So you need to use the open database function. And because you want to read and write into this database, of course, you need to set it to read and write with the read and write behavior. So then what I'm doing here is that, of course, when you are having an application, you might have uh, versions with different updates, and this might be impacting your database as well. So if you want to add additional fields or something, you need to make sure that the database, the local database, is also updated. And because when you are creating the file here, this is not ensuring, of course, that you have the right data inside. You need to know if you can delete the existing database and you can update it, or you can go with the existing one. So here I'm checking the version, and if the version is different from the earlier version, so basically the user updated the version of the application, then I'm simply deleting or dropping these local tables and recreating them. Uh, this is the easiest way. So you need to consider, if you want to keep the existing data and you just want to add some fields, then you of course need to create or you need to add these update functions into the application. But it's pretty hard to handle, because you don't know exactly that from which version to which version the user is updating his database. So in my case, basically it's not a big loss if one draft is deleted. So I was considering this, that it's easier to simply delete the databases and recreate them. So basically here in the constructor, these things are done. But of course, if you don't have this version difference, you might still need to create a table. So this is what the application is doing here. So um, of course, here I'm using the create table if not exists. This means that once I delete it, it's recreating it. If it is there, then it will not do anything. And then I have the functions, and because you need to use different things here. You need to make sure that you are saving data into your SQL database, and then you need to read them or update them. So here, what is happening, and what is important to explain, that you need to use, of course, the standard SQL um, commands, like here when I'm creating some data, then I have an insert statement and I have an update statement. And depending on if one draft is already defined, then and saved, and then I just need to update it. If it is not there, then I need to insert the first one. And how I'm doing it in this current application is that for example, when you create the draft and finally you finish it and you save it online, so you send in my case the user is sending the advertisement into the backend server. Then the last step is that after this was successfully uploaded, then I'm deleting this draft, and the next time when then the user is starting a new advertisement, then it will be a completely empty form, and the user can fill it up with a new advertisement. So here it is, as I said, it's a standard insert or update function, and how the SQLite statement is created. You can see that you need to have the statement itself defined, and then you can have an update statement. This is what is firstly defined here, and then it's actually executed. And if the execution was not successful, meaning that I didn't have a row to an SQL row um, to be updated, then I need to create it. So basically, I was just simply trying to update the row which might be existing. But if it is not existing, then I'm using the add statement for the SQLite function. And what you need to do basically is you need to create the insert statement or the update statement, and then as you can see that in the statement itself, the variables what I want to load into it is just let's say marked with a question mark, and this question mark will be linked to the variables what I want to load. So basically here you can see that the SQL state update function or statement what I'm creating here will be adding these variables, and you can see that the first variable will be the title, like here. The second one is the description. So basically here you need to add what you want to add to the statement itself. So you have this being string, being long, and so on. So you can find your function for this statement creation when you build your statement for those let's say variables what you are using and you want to load. So this needs to be in line with what is loaded. So even if, for example, here the price of the advertisement is an integer variable. In the statement, I can load it as a string, so I can convert it into a string before I'm adding it. So this is what is done, and then you need to execute the insert statement if the of course the update statement was not successful. Uh, okay, so here this is an additional thing. So basically, um, actually. Because in the SQL database, it would be hard to store a picture. It's easier to store it as a picture in my case. In the file, I'm also using the directory of the picture itself, and then of course we need to remove it. Okay, so the next one is that once you save the data, of course, you want to read it as well. So you need to have the read statement, and then of course the with the reading itself, you need to store the data somewhere. So basically, what is done here is that there is a select statement you execute as a query. So basically, you have the database from the constructor. So you have it, or you can use it in the functions, and then you basically run this query. In my case, this is giving back only one row. So this is easier to handle, I would say. So um, and once there is a result given back, then the data is added to the array list, what I will return with the data read. Okay, so yeah, these are still the same things. So basically here you can add a photo as well from the files. Basically it's similar to the others. So basically here you are creating the insert statement. Here I don't have an update statement, just a simple insert, because I'm always deleting the previous file. Doesn't take too long to run it, so I decided to make it easier and not to take care about any updates here. Okay, so yeah, this is again a read statement. It's not really important, and similar thing for others. So basically the two things what you need to know is the insert, and of course the delete is something similar. So you just need to create the delete SQL statement, and you need to execute it. Um, and if it is done or not, it doesn't really matter in my case. So I'm not checking if the execution was successful or not. I'm just running it, so it should delete uh, the the data what was in the file. Okay, so this is duplicating all the things, and of course at the end, if you want to close the database, then you will just simply use the close function. Okay, let's see what is or how it looks in the iOS case. So in the iOS case, I also have the managed data, and basically the setup is the same. So you need to have a constructor function here, and then you need to create the file. So here you can see that the file itself is created. I try to open it, and if it is okay, then I can go to the rest of the things. So here the same, checking the database version. I mean the version of the application, and if it is not there, then I'm creating the files. If this is there, and there was a different version, then the tables are dropped. There is a small difference between the SQL statements for the iOS and the Android version, so the Kotlin and the Swift version. But this is coming from the programming language itself, and not because of the SQL behind, or the SQLite version behind. So you need to check, of course, the right version, and it might be changing. So I'm not going into the details. You should check how you can do that in the different versions of the programming languages. And what is a bigger difference, however, is that the statement preparation for the applications are a bit different. So here, as you can see, that while in the Android version you can prepare a statement and you can link the data into the statement later on. In Swift, it is I would say maybe easier to define with an inline statement for the strings, and you can add the data inside the string already. So yes, you can see that in this case the save advertisement statement is a pretty short function because we don't have this linkages. But the basic concept is the same. So I have an SQL add string and an SQL update string, and then I try to execute the update string, and if it is okay, and you also need to check because this execution might be giving an okay statement, but you also need to check if there were changes in the SQLite database and how many rows were changed. If there was no row changed at all, then you still need to run the add statement. So this is why these two things are checked in this if statement. And then you need to run the add string if the update was not successful. The read statement is pretty much the same like in the Android version. So you prepare the statement itself, and then you have to have read data to read out. And this you can see here that for this you need to define a variable, and then the variable should be a kind of pointer for the data received, and this is what you need to give to the SQLite prepare statement. And once the statement is not okay, then of course you need to report back that there was an issue with the read itself. If it was successful, then you can go to the data retrieval function, let's say. So basically, you take here one row, and this SQLite step is basically reading one line of the returned data set, and then you can basically add each individual columns and column results into the return values. Okay, it's the same for the photos. I'm not going into it. Some additional inserts and so on. Delete function. Okay, and yeah, and basically the close function. So again, when you finish the using of the SQLite database, you should be closing it. Okay, so this is how you can create the insert, update, and read functions, and of course the delete function is again very simple. So you just here I'm just deleting everything from this file. So that's why this look like this. But of course, if you define your individual row with an identifier, then you can delete it simply with finding that row, or giving this filter to the function itself. Okay. So the next thing what we should talk about is that of course if you have any failure in the SQLite database when you are running it, then you should be seeing this failure message in the watches, or in the monitoring of the application run itself. So that will give you the feedback if you had any failure in a statement, or you were missing some data, or the data was wrong, then you can see it. But one additional thing what I would like to add, that how you can check if the right data is saved, because sometimes it's not easy just to rely on the application itself, and try to get the data back in the application, and then to present it. But you might need to monitor it, let's say, in line with the running of the application. So how you can do that for example, now I'm starting again the application, and I show this way of working inside the iOS application. So the easiest way is that you go inside the application, and then while it is running, you can go to the to your Finder window on the Mac OS. Of course, for the iOS, this is what you should use. If you are making an Android application, you will see that it's a bit different. The library, go to the developer, core simulator, devices, and then look for the latest file which was created. This will be the device what you are using. Then you go into the data, containers, data, and here it's a bit difficult to find your file, because the data or the creation date or modification date is not representing the date when you were really making the file, or when you were updating the file. So you should look for the SQLite database, and then uh, it's showing to you the latest file what you have created, and here you need to have um, a data file a browser, so you can download from the App Store, or from somewhere, an SQLite database browser, and then you can simply open it with that browser. So here is the file which is currently used, and of course you can go to the uh, to the model itself, or you can browse the data, and you can see that there is already somewhere the example definition, and so on. And once you are going into the application, let's go back again to the advertisement, and go back to the draft. Okay, so I have here, let's say, just update this definition to, let's write definition 2, and when we are going back, of course it's saved. Here you can't see it until you are refreshing the set. So here is what you can see. And of course, if you can't execute a statement, so you have a failure at first, you need to update that, and you need to correct that statement. But if you want to check if the right data is saved, then you can already use this. Or if you have more lines, then you can see that line is existing. Or if you want to get a select function with some filters, you can also, let's say, try to do it. So you can even execute a simple statement here. Um, so basically you can run the statement here, and of course you will get the same same result. And of course, you can model what you want to do with the application, and then you can bring this statement into the application itself. So it's maybe easier to start with this, create a database. You can even create a similar database somewhere else, and you can play with it, and then you can go into your application and you can store the data there, or you can put the statements into the application. Okay, so this is how you can play with the SQL database in the iOS application, and now I show you also that how you can do it in the Android application. So let's go back to the Android, and here you have a little bit easier way to handle the database itself, because in the Android Studio the database at least the database checking is inside, so you can go directly to the database itself. Of course, here you also need to run the application, and once it is running, then okay, so it's running already, but we don't need right now. You can go to the view and then the tool windows, and here we have an application inspection function. And once you opened it, you can see that here we have uh, some some databases already. So the database inspector is giving you the different databases, and what you need is of course your own local database. And here actually you can't really do too much, but at least you can see what is inside. And still, of course, you have the chance to find this SQLite database on the in your folders, because the application is also stored inside your folders. But if you just want to check it, then it's easier to use this way, the built-in function. So you can see here that we have here the data itself. Um, I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, this is the previous run. But if I'm attaching to the current run, then I can also update uh, these data live. So when you do something with your database, then it's immediately appearing in this list. So if I'm going back to the application, you will see here we will do the same. So we will change this definition description to definition 2. So let's jump in, go to the advertisements. Okay, the draft is there. So here we have this value, and now I type in 2, and then let's go back to the previous page, and as you can see, it's immediately appearing here. So it's pretty handy to use this function here. But of course, if you want, you can go to the database browser, and then if you find where you have the application stored together with this local database inside the application folder, then of course you can use this external browser as well. Okay, so this is basically what I wanted to show you, and if you want to go more deeper into these, then for sure you need to investigate or you need to learn more about the handling of the SQL databases or SQLite databases, and there are a lot of training materials and tutorials on the net what you can use for that. and this is how you can implement it in an Android or in an iOS application. So that was for today. Thanks for watching my tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe.